This is an absolutely beautiful Dutch-built aluminium super yacht sailing boat. It's actually designed by German Frers. It was built by Royal Huisman in 2000. It's also had a more recent refit, and it is a spectacular thing. We've got the passerelle here, as you can see, that slides away into there. But the other thing that's here is there is a garage. So this whole transom here will hinge over, makes a massive sort of beach club bathing platform area, and then a tender will fit inside, out of the way in there. It's got these beautiful, sort of not quite flush decks, but you get that wonderful impression of the flush decks. Massive winches on here as well. These are all hydraulically controlled. What I think we'll do is we'll take a look around the inside first, and then we'll come back and look at these decks, because it's all well worth seeing. So let's head right on through and drop down to the accommodation. Here you've got a washboard that slides up out of here, and then this slides across, so that's how that closes up. And then if we head on down here, it's actually a deck saloon layout. As I say, it is a cruising boat, but it has actually been very, very successful in the Super Yacht Cup racing at regattas. So it's kind of, a real nice meld of comfort and performance and space. Look at this. It's huge. I mean, it's 112 foot long, this boat, so expect a lot of space, to be fair, but I think it feels so open because you've got the light wood, you've got these big windows of the deck saloon, of course, all the way around. And it's just a lovely, comfortable looking place to be. If we head on forward first of all, we'll head right up to the bow and then work our way back. So this is the nav station over here. So you've got all these screens for navigation and boat instrumentation and all that kind of stuff. That's all displayed on there and controlled from here. There's a little seat there that swivels out. And of course, there's a lot of storage about the place. Places like this. And then this side is more of a serving area over here, really. So you've got things like the wine cooler is in here. Also, places like this. This is all glasses and that sort of stuff, and you can see how they're all neatly put in there in this sort of like foam type material, so that nothing rattles around or gets broken, even when the boat's getting some serious performance. And that's all the way around here. So if we look in this one, for example, we'll find things like the cutlery there in the top drawer. So that is the main deck. If we head forward from here, what we will find is this is the entire crew area up here. So from this, well, in fact, you could argue that this is a kind of a crew area as well, but this is certainly, if we head down here, you've got the crew mess, you've got the galley, you've got the crew cabins, all of that is through into this area. So galley is here, which, as you can see, is an amazing size. Huge fridge freezers all the way across here. These go right in and back, so massive of storage up around here as well. Fairly serious cooking going on here. That is a pretty impressive galley, I think you'll agree, by anybody's standards. So that's that. You've got the laundry facilities are down here as well, of course, that's just there. And you've also got this mess area. So very comfortable place to come and gather. And the cabins themselves are up here. In fact, that's interesting. Look, you've got a view there. That's the back of the yacht live at the moment, so they can keep an eye from here on anybody coming on and off. Up here then, well, there's access straight out of here onto the deck for a start, so that's very useful. Don't have to go through the guest areas if they don't want to. And then into here, you've got, it's got sleeping for four, in fact, in two cabins. So you've got bunk beds here, and then if we go forward, there's a nice little desk area in here, and this one is en suite. Like so, there's a separate shower in behind there. And if we come back a bit and swap over to this side, this is just a big storage area really for ironing board and other practical details. Let's just close that one again. This is the other crew cabin then here, so pretty much identical. You've got the bunk beds, you've got the ensuite up through here, and again the shower in around the corner. So that is those areas, hanging locker in there as well, and you've got all the drawers and storage and so on. If we reverse right back out of there, and we'll spin on round, and this time we'll head aft. In fact, no, we won't. We'll head down here first of all because we've got the mechanical areas to show you. So this takes us down. You can see we've got the monitoring systems for the boat here, control systems, all that kind of stuff is all in here. But if we go right back down to here, then we've got engines, generators, that kind of thing. So there's twin generators on here, and they are 50 kilowatts each. One there and one over on the other side, and that engine in the centre. Well, of course, this sort of boat, the engine is really more of an auxiliary. It's to get you in and out of harbour, or if you're becalmed most of the time, of course, the idea is to sail. But that's actually 415 horsepower. It's an MTU. It's going to give you about 10 knots under cruise, that engine. And in fact, she sails 10 to 13 knots under sort of cruising conditions as the sort of speed that she'll reach. If they're racing her, she'll go faster. You've got a professional crew on here, they'll pick that speed up probably more towards sort of 15, 16 knots, something like that. But a really nice mechanical space in this one. If we come on around here, there's water makers on here, there's air conditioning on here, there's all the usual bits and pieces that you would expect on a boat of this calibre. Even a vacuum cleaner on here. There we go, that I think is the water maker just there. So that is the mechanical spaces. Let's come back out of here, so it's back into that crew area again, back past the galley. We'll loop back round. This brings us back into the deck saloon. That's where we came in. But what we're going to do this time is head on aft, because this is the guest cabins and the owner's cabin, of course. They're all down here. So, a couple of steps down, and what you've got here is double berth in this one, and again, as you'd expect, there's storage all the way around. This dressing table, there's a big hang locker in there, for example. I love the way everything's done in this wood. It looks really good. And as you'd expect, there's an ensuite on this one. So that's back here. We've got the sink and the loo and a separate shower tucked away on that side. And then on the other side of the boat, if we cross over the main passageway, this is very similar except for the fact that it is two singles. However, you'll notice that the dressing table is divided in the centre. That's because you can lift those out, move these across to the centre. So one comes that way, one comes that way, and those two drop on either side, and you can make that into a double bed room if you prefer. And again, hanging locker, storage along here, all the usual bits and pieces that you would expect. And again, en suites back here. TVs in here as well, hidden away. They're up in there, and that swings out on a bracket. So you open that right up, that door hinges right open, and it comes out like that. And then back here, very similar again, the ensuite. And a little shower in behind there. It's not a little shower actually, it's a pretty decent sized shower. Excellent. Okay, we'll come back out of here, because what you get then is this threshold means that everything aft of here, there we go, from that line there is owner cabin. So that closes across. This is pretty majestic. For a start, it's got its own entrance. We'll go back out that way in a moment. Let's go right back to the main part of the cabin. I love this stainless steel detailing that they put in places like this. That looks really good. Obviously, you've got the desk area there. Nice little area there to tuck yourself away. A load of storage everywhere. It's a big cabin, this. Really nice. And, as you'd expect, it's ensuite. That's in here. So you've got your twin sinks and the loo. And a big shower. But what you might not expect is if we cross over to the other side, there's another area here, which is basically a dressing area. So this is huge wardrobes, and in fact these will slide away, so if you want to have that just left completely open, you can do. And of course right the way across there as well, and storage along here. But look at this, another little loo in here, and a sink. It's a pretty comprehensive owner's area, isn't it? Very nice indeed. So that is, as I say, the owner space, the owner cabin, and this is the private entrance or exit to that. So we can come up here And that'll bring us neatly back out on deck, and I can show you what we've got going on here. So you've got these winches that are hydraulic on the back, and then the cockpit area is up here. So twin helm positions. The idea of this is, of course, when the boat is heeling over and the wind is on the beam this way and the sails are down this side, so it's like that. You want to be on this helm because it's up and you can see past the sails. If it's heeling that way, so the boat's like that, then of course you want to be on the upside again, hence the two helm positions, but they're pretty much mirrored. If we look at this one first of all, we've got the big carbon fibre wheel here and the seat. This is quite interesting. They've put all things like some of the controls in the VHF radio in front of the wheel where you can reach them rather than have to reach over them. And then you've got instrumentation. These are controls for the hydraulics for jib furling, jib set, vang. Bow and stern thruster controls are on here as well, engine control of course, big compass, and then a navigation. And then on the other side, this is pretty much the same, except that this display is giving you ship's systems rather than navigation. Other than that, pretty similar, even the engine controls repeated on here as well. And then ahead of that is this area. So very comfortable area. You're under the shade of this bimini. Nice place for guests to sit and relax. Lovely place for an evening together as well. Very nice indeed. We will head around this way. There's a few things to show you on the deck which are very interesting. The deck is teak, and if we come down here, these are all deck lockers, fuel fillers, that kind of stuff are all underneath here, so it's completely flush all the way along. There's also built-in winches down here which control the sheets for the foresails as well, so that's all controlled from there and push-buttoned back at the helm as we saw. And then there's this massive carbon fibre mast. I think I'm right in saying, I think he said it was 43 metres tall. I might be wrong, but I think it's 40 plus. It's huge, isn't it? Just dramatic. And if we come on forward again, that's the access out of the crew area. Remember I was saying there's a way to come out without going through the saloon. That's through there. Self-tacking across here. That's for the staysail, and then you've got the foresail up ahead of that. All these flush hatches here are above the crew area, and this one here is interesting because this is the sail locker. And if we have a little wander down this one, you can actually see the construction of the boat in here. So there we go, all the ribs and so on, and the strengthening. It's a really big area when you get inside. So that is all of that. Let's come back up. They've got a few of the toys and things in here as well by the look of it, paddle boards and so forth. Okay, let's come back up out of there. Another very interesting thing is the fact that if we spin on round and up to the bow, the anchor is hidden up here. So when you want to launch it, this whole mechanism here is powered, and it powers up, pivots over the bow, goes down the side of that foresail reefing system, and it allows the anchor to be lowered. And one thing I've not seen before, it's actually got an echo sounder. I don't know if you can see that, just down there. So it's giving the depth up here, so when you're controlling the anchor, you know how much water's under you. That's a neat idea. I've not seen that done before. So that is that. So another look at that incredible rig. Vast, isn't it? Okay, let's head back down this side. Now we've got this one up as well. They've opened a few of these for me so that I can show you exactly what's going on under the surface, and this is one of these winches. There we go, hydraulic, and it basically furls the line around it when you are sheeting in. And then these panels here go over that, so that's all completely flush, and obviously you can store ropes and bits and pieces in here. So that's with the engineering going on behind the scenes. And that, I think, is a pretty comprehensive tour. It's a spectacular yacht. As I say, it is very high performance. They have had some racing success with this, but it is predominantly a cruising boat, and for that, well, it's just fantastic, isn't it? Look at that, the space on here Let's come right aft. Oh, I didn't tell you about the rigging. I must just show you this rigging. Let's finish off with the rigging, because the rigging on this, you come back up here, and here's something I meant to mention. That's the, I mentioned the Vang control, that's this here, which controls the boom. So that's controlled from the switchgear further back. Here we go. This is carbon fibre rigging, really super strong and light. And you can see it's up to there, but also you've got these ones then right up to the spreaders and all the way up to the top. Fantastic, and I think I'm right in saying, I'm pretty confident in fact, roller furling for the main in the boom as well. So that just unfurls and up it goes. Again, push of a button. Let's finish up on the bow. This is the tender. They've put it up here out of the way so they can show people the tender garage. So that's just lifted out of the water for the moment. But yeah, that's the ship to shore. And that's it. That is an impressive machine. Oh, I need to show you this view. I can't stop talking about this one, can I? Look at that. That's amazing, isn't it? So huge thanks to Ocean Independence. They organised this tour. Huge thanks as ever to you guys for watching. Let me know what you think of this one in the comments, and I will look forward to catching you on another amazing boat real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.